All right, thank you, Andrew. This is certainly the time to start thinking about precautions, fears of flooding, ponding on interstates, as you heard Andrew talking about, widespread outages and property damage. Communities all over Metro Detroit preparing for the worst.
All right, so let's get right to Larry Sproul. He's continuing our team coverage, joining us live this morning from Dearborn Heights, certainly a community that knows flooding all too well from some very damaging flooding back in May. Good morning to you, Larry.
Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Priya. It's really the calm before the storm right now. As Andrew mentioned, this storm will bring rain, ice, and heavy flooding, which is really a bad thing for this neighborhood here in Dearborn Heights. But we talk to neighbors. They tell us they are ready. They have their sandbags prepared, but really they are hoping that it won't come to that.
You can see I've staged pumps over here.
With meteorologist Andrew Humphrey calling for a few inches of rain, neighbors in Dearborn Heights know what that means: certain flooding.
The water level outside will be at about here.
So they have been preparing for the worst. For folks like Tony Nardoni, that means sandbagging.
We stage our sandbags. These are my neighbor and I, we share them. So it's really easy access to our front porches, our doors, so we can protect ourselves. I have sandbags on my back door that I don't ever take down.
Got to pick everything up, get it up in the air.
Dan is the first house off the Ecorse River. He is at high ground and can remember when his neighbors flooded, but he did not. But the erosion of the banks, the condition of the drains, the back and forth of water exchanging between drain and tributary, and he is now at ground zero for flooding, which means get moving now.
Well, it's scary. You know, you got to pick everything up and get ready for it. I know it's coming, you know, so that's what I got to do. That's what you do.
And while Mother Nature and the force of the water is to blame, neighbors say they are mitigators. Nature creates the river, man creates the drains. And to contain the rising river, lawmakers could fund remediation. That would make flooding a lot less imminent.
And it's frustrating because I just don't feel like we're being represented.
But neighbors here in this Sterling Heights community are not the only ones preparing for the big storm. Power crews across Metro Detroit, they are ready. They have crews on standby. It's really an all hands on deck approach. I'm working on that part of the story in just 30 minutes. We're live in Sterling Heights this morning. Larry Sproul, Local 4 News Today.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. Live in Dearborn Heights. And as Larry mentioned, DTE and consumers, we've been in touch with them. They are ready for what may be to come. The storm will also be hitting all of us this weekend. So make sure you're up to date by we're going to be giving updates on the storm throughout the day on air here on Local 4, of course, and also click on Detroit.com, your source for everything you need to weather this storm that's coming through.